Lucas Harper stood frozen, the crisp autumn air biting against his skin, as the words of the young girl before him unraveled a forgotten connection that defied the logic of his meticulously ordered world. There, beside a weathered gravestone, Lily's innocent eyes shone with an unsettling combination of loss and faith as she whispered the name of her mother, a name that triggered a cascade of memories Lucas had buried beneath years of relentless ambition. In this haunting moment, he realized that a single act of kindness, given long ago to a struggling woman, had rippled through time to change lives in ways he had never imagined. But what comes next, as past and present collide, will uncover secrets that could transform everything. But first, let's go back to the beginning. The chill of the late autumn morning wrapped around Lucas Harper as he stepped out of his sleek black sedan, its presence at the cemetery in stark contrast to the subdued, earthy tones of his surroundings. The trees, shedding their final leaves, stood as silent sentinels along the gravel path leading to his mother's grave. Lucas walked slowly, his designer shoes crunching against the ground, each step measured with the weight of memories and unfulfilled conversations that echoed in the corridors of his mind. Today was like any other day that Lucas set aside to visit this sacred spot, a ritualistic breach in the fortress of his otherwise meticulously scheduled life. The world knew him as a man of decisive action, business acumen, and unfaltering determination, yet here, he allowed himself to pause. He crouched down, placing the freshly picked bouquet gently on the grave, a small gesture amidst the grand symphony of his loneliness, a reminder of the simpler emotions he found difficult to express elsewhere. Lost in reverie, he noticed movement from the corner of his eye. There, at the periphery of his vision, stood a little girl, a delicate figure anchored in the earth beside his mother's headstone. Her golden locks cascaded down her shoulders, framing a face alight with curiosity and innocence, yet painting a juxtaposing image with her somber surroundings. Her presence was an anomaly, a raw, unguarded contrast to his self-contained world. "Hello there," he greeted softly, his voice fractured momentarily by both surprise and genuine inquiry. The girl, unperturbed by his sudden address, merely looked up with eyes that seemed too wise and world-worn for her tender years. "Hi," she replied, shifting her weight slightly as if preparing to take flight even while she stood firmly rooted. "I'm Lily. I come here sometimes to talk to the graves. They listen, you know." Her words hung in the air, touching something deep within Lucas, unearthing memories he thought carefully buried, a belief his late mother held dear, that family ties transcended earthly existence, binding souls across eternity. "You speak to the graves?" "Yes," she nodded earnestly. "I think they remember us, and sometimes, when I talk, it feels like someone is listening back." The simplicity of Lily's belief, an ideology carved from purity and the remnants of loss, drew Lucas into an introspective silence. Where had that level of faith and simple connection gone in his life, dominated by numbers and results? In the past, every deal he brokered, every decision made, was driven by cold logic. Yet, here was this child reminding him of unseen connections and intangible bonds. A familiar ache filled his chest, a reflection not just of filial loss, but of a deeper yearning. Here on this hallowed ground, bordered by the silent testament of other lives, was an unexpected communion, an ongoing dialogue not just with the departed, but perhaps most importantly, with himself. The stillness of the cemetery was a paradox, brimming with both silence and soul, each grave marking a story unfinished in the world, yet whispering in the ears of those who dared to listen. As Lucas Harper stood there, his focus fixed on Lily, the gravity of her words began to unravel within him, pulling at layers of memory and conscience he had long shelved away. "There's a bench over there where I usually sit when I talk to my mom," Lily said, pointing towards a worn wooden seat beneath the sprawling arms of an ancient oak tree. Her voice carried a weight beyond her years, a wisdom carved from heartache. Lucas nodded, and they moved together, an unlikely pair bound by the invisible threads of shared grief and unspoken words. As they settled on the bench, Lily's small frame seemed dwarfed by the expanse of the world around her, yet she remained unbowed by it. Her eyes flickered with the light of resilient determination, a beacon unto Lucas as she began to recount her tale. "Mom said you were a good man, Mr. Harper," she began, her words unfolding like pieces of a puzzle he never knew he needed to complete. "She said you helped her during a time when everything seemed lost." Lucas watched her intently, his mind racing back through the corridors of forgotten deals and overlooked meetings, each memory a dusty file in his mental archives. "She never got to say thank you," Lily continued, her voice steady, though shadowed by something akin to regret. "She always wanted to tell you how much it meant to us, how you gave her a job when we didn't have enough money to buy even the simplest of things." Her words painted a vivid picture in the stark hues of loss intertwined with gratitude. For the first time in what felt like an eternity, Lucas found himself confronting a world beyond balance sheets and bottom lines. "Your father?" he inquired gently, although he instinctively sensed the answer. "He left us a long time ago," Lily replied matter-of-factly, a reality she had accepted long before she should have had to. "We managed because of what you did. It was just Mom and me, and because of her work with you, I got to stay in school for another year, until she got sick." Unbeknownst to Lucas, his acts of kindness, scattered and simple gestures amidst a cacophony of corporate dealings, had rippled outward, carrying weight far beyond his intentions. The realization stirred within him, forming a connection between his forgotten past and the core of his being, attesting to the impact of seemingly inconsequential decisions. Lily sat there, holding on to the strength her mother must have instilled in her, and Lucas, beside her, battled an amalgamation of regret, empathy, and a newly ignited sense of duty. He felt haunted by a vivid awareness of how one life, touched by the kindness of another, could cast a long shadow into the future. In Lily, he saw the embodiment of all the chances forgotten, yet not lost. Through her stories, he began to remember Emily, a kind woman he briefly knew, now not just a memory, but a testament to the enduring spirit of her daughter. In that moment, Lucas understood that life's true currency was not amassed in bank accounts or skyscrapers, but in the lives we touch. He realized, with stark clarity, that the echoes of generosity were etched into the fabric of human resilience, and, through them, one's legacy endured. As Lucas Harper delved deeper into the recesses of his corporate history, a sense of urgency gripped him, a desperate need to connect the disjointed fragments of past kindness to their present resonance. The realization that Emily, a woman he had once so fleetingly supported, was indeed Lily's mother stirred within him a whirlwind of emotions. The familiarity of her name swept through him like a haunting melody, a tune partially forgotten amidst the loud symphony of his ambitious ascent. With his usual decisive efficiency, Lucas set his team on a path of inquiry, scouring through records and correspondences long archived, pursuing the phantom trails of Emily's time within his sphere. It was an exercise in humility for a man used to commanding legions. Here he was clawing through dusty files, seeking one particular narrative among countless others. The quest, though daunting, filled him with a renewed sense of purpose. The pursuit was not in vain. Lucas discovered that Emily was once employed in the administrative branch of his company, a cog in the grand machine he orchestrated. Her stint was brief, but left an indelible mark on those who worked alongside her, a testament to her resilience and unyielding grace amidst adversity. Conversations with longtime employees revealed faint memories of Emily's tireless dedication and her discreet yet profound impact. But it was an email, unearthed by an adept assistant, that delivered the most potent strike to Lucas's guarded heart. Buried beneath an avalanche of corporate memos was Emily's expression of gratitude, a heartfelt letter detailing the transformative power of his unexpected kindness. She had written of the security it brought, the semblance of stability for her and Lily, and above all, the hope it rekindled in their lives. Her words were a mirror reflecting the man he aspired to be, yet revealing the painful truth of how detached he had become. Lucas's grip tightened around the paper as he read the lines, feeling a surging storm of responsibility for a path once almost forgotten. Why had he not remembered Emily before? Why had her story, their story, been swallowed by the tide of his ambitions and the relentless pursuit of success? The anger he felt was not directed solely at himself, but at a broader reality, a societal chasm where acts of kindness were eclipsed by the relentless forward march of business and profit. Driven by the knowledge of their missed connection, Lucas resolved to do more for Lily. The realization crystallized within him that Emily and Lily's lives were inextricably linked to his own narrative, even if he had failed to acknowledge it before. He felt a profound determination to honor Emily's memory, not just with grand gestures, but with genuine, enduring support for Lily, ensuring she would never feel the shadows of neglect that had once veiled her mother's gratitude. This newfound awareness sparked a transformation within Lucas. He began envisioning a future where his influence would not merely be measured by financial success, but by the lives improved through genuine care and conscious action. He committed himself to be an active force in Lily's life, to serve as both a custodian of Emily's legacy and a mentor to a child brimming with potential. The weight of this responsibility, though heavy, felt invigorating, a beacon guiding him toward a path of redemption and personal growth. In the confines of his opulent office, surrounded by symbols of material achievement, Lucas felt a shift. The realization that true legacy is crafted through interconnected destinies, where kindness and compassion weave a tapestry of enduring impact, forever altering the lives it touches. Amidst the lofty towers of corporate ambition and the abyss of personal transformation, Lucas Harper charted a new course, one not dictated by balance sheets or quarterly gains, but by an earnest desire to mend and nurture. His first real step along this path was meeting with Lily's guardians. They were kind-hearted but overwhelmed relatives, doing their best to provide a home for Lily after the world as she knew it crumbled. Seeing in their eyes both gratitude and relief, Lucas felt a renewed determination pulse through him. "We're grateful for your interest," Lily's aunt confided during their meeting, her voice laced with both warmth and apprehension. "Emily often spoke of you, how you had changed their lives." Lucas nodded, a silent vow etching itself into the very fabric of his intent. Here, in this modest living room adorned with memorabilia of a family navigating treacherous waters, he felt grounded, connected, and resolute. Lucas laid out his plans with precision and humility. An educational trust fund established in Emily's honor, a testament to her resilience and tenacity, ensuring that Lily would never face the limitations her mother had. It was more than a financial promise. It was a commitment to see Lily's dreams manifest, unhindered by the constraints that had once threatened to hold her back. As these promises unfurled, Lily's guardians looked on with a mix of astonishment and hope. For Lucas, the act itself was transformative, a departure from transactions that merely added to his empire. Here, he was crafting a legacy of substance, one that transcended digits and dividends, rooted deeply in the essence of caring and community. In parallel, Lucas's time with Lily blossomed into a journey of mutual discovery. To her, Lucas became a living fragment of the stories her mother once weaved, tales of kindness in a world often harsh and unyielding. Lily, guided by the narrative of Emily's admiration for Lucas, began to see him as more than a corporate titan. He was a hero stepping out from the shadows of her mother's bedtime stories into the vibrant reality of her life. Their interactions painted vibrant strokes against the canvas of Lucas's newfound perspective. Lily's laughter, pure and unfettered, became for him an anthem of innocence and resilience. In return, Lucas offered her the stability and encouragement she needed, planting seeds of confidence and aspiration, nurturing a foundation from which Lily could build her future. This burgeoning bond went beyond obligation. It was a testament to Lucas's evolution. With each shared moment, he unraveled layers of his own fears and former detachment, finding purpose in the simple act of being present. In Lily, he saw not just a reminder of a promise to her mother, but an embodiment of potential and hope. In these intertwined paths, Lucas perceived a deeper reflection of his own journey, a man rediscovering the values instilled by his own mother, whose presence he felt softly guiding him towards redemption and understanding. His mother's belief in the potency of human connection and generosity lingered in the air, providing solace and approval for every step he took. This internal reconciliation marked a cathartic release, a harmonizing of past regrets with present intentions, propelling Lucas towards a future enriched by the true measure of his influence, the lives he touched and the legacies he honored. For Lucas, life had shifted from a solitary pursuit of success to a collaborative tapestry of redemption and opportunity, a narrative where second chances forged vibrant new beginnings. In this newfound harmony, he discovered not only a reflection of his mother's enduring spirit, but a profound sense of belonging and purposeful fulfillment.